Hello, hello, hello.
Be back.
We're back. A little pause there, for like what, 2 weeks? It was like a 2 week pause,
May
right?
23rd. May 23rd, almost a month.
Dang. Anyway,
Or a week less a week less than a month because the 23rd is on Sunday.
well, we're getting better. Let's just say we're improving. Man, it's like giving birth with these. these episodes just like
Our labor.
uh-huh. We're gonna go with that, although we have no experience in the subject matter per se.
No, we don't.
I mean, it is beats the alternative to compare it to go to the bathroom and, well, you can do the rest.
Well, yeah. We'll go there.
Yeah, I, be it far from us to to compare this work with number two. We'll let you do that, the audience, but not us. Oh, this started great. This started wonderful.
Yeah, that's how we,
That's how we roll.
if this was the old us, it would be a lot of Joey Diaz stuff.
Oh yeah.
Insert it right now.
No, we would just start with the national anthem and right away. We'll turn it an island in a year. It's gonna glow in the dark. Just go from there.
Sniffing my.
Ah! That's not
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Let's not. Let's not go there. Anyway, we haven't seen each other actually since the Yankees game that we went
That wasn't too long. Was it
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks on Friday?
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. We haven't seen each other since then. So we've had life, as always. 'Cause, guess what?
Well,
Guess what? We are alive. We're not AI generated images, and if we were, why would we pick this?
of all things.
Yeah, what are we trying to double down and demonstrate that the world is round? We're trying to double down on that. Although you have lost more roundness than I have.
I thought it was round. Oh man,
It is, but we're just doubling down on the fact. Because we're spheric.
Oh, no, Kyrie said it was flat, right?
I think that was his opinion back in the day. I do not know how he upholds that now. I mean, I think the evidence is overwhelming.
He was on something back then.
Yeah, back then he was on
He was on
all
something.
the rooms. all the
Definitely was on
natural and unnatural supplements. Let's just call it heterosis. Anyway, why are we talking about a loser? He lost.
Huh?
Why are we talking about a loser? He lost. He lost.
And he had to lose to the Boston Celtics.
I'm the only thing I'm happy about Boston winning is that a Dominican got the first Dominican basketball player in NBA history to win a championship. So
38 years old too.
well, he ain't no spring chicken. He's been in the league for a minute. He's been
Yeah, and he says he wants to come back.
That's gonna be hard. I mean, it's not that he's a scrub. He's no scrub, but
No, he was a big bench piece. I mean,
that's what I mean.
He always was a menace.
He's no scrub, but he ain't no spring chicken either. He ain't no young man anymore. And basketball is a young man sport, although as much
Not
as
by
we like
LeBron
to
standard.
exactly, as much as we dunk on LeBron, like LeBron is an anomaly. Like the dude is almost catching up on 40, and he's still playing like he was what 30, and he's playing at an elite level. Then again, we're splitting hairs here. NBA back then, it's like Jordan says, we can't compare eras because every era has a different thing. Every era is different, but if you take LeBron to Jordan's era, they would have to take him out in a stretcher in a gurney. They would have to get him out in the gurney because he wouldn't survive 2 seconds in that league. With the Joe Dumars and Charles Oakley of the day, and Bill Laimbeer and Barkley from Philly, that boy wouldn't have made it to the court. He wouldn't have made it to the court.
It'll probably be like this whole Paul versus Tyson match.
Oh, remember I sent you.
You ain't surviving this.
Remember I sent you that video of Jake giving a lie detector test to Logan,
test.
And he asked Logan straight up, "You think I'm gonna win?" And Logan lied, and the machine detected the lie. So like, dude, you're my brother. What the hell? It's like, hey,
and then they tested him.
And then, but Logan said, "Man, this is difficult. Like, you want to try it?" And so they flipped. So they asked him a few questions before just to make the test that it can tell a lie. And asked him. I don't remember the first question I asked him, but he answered positively, and the machine said yes. And then, the machine agreed with him. And then when they asked him, so do you believe you can beat Mike Tyson? And that freaking pause, I didn't need the machine. That freaking pause, that was like a 10-second. No, I'm exaggerating. That's like a 3-second pause. I'm like, dude, if you have to think it that long, like, I don't need the machine.
Close enough. You saw him swallow before.
Yeah. He swallowed, and there was like a 3-second pause. I was like, the machine. I don't need no machine. I don't need no machine. This boy's toast. He might as well gift wrap him to Mike. Here, Mikey, raw meat. Enjoy. Deuces. I don't want to see the massacre. Like seeing a 3-day starved lion throwing a piece of meat in front. Just gonna go. No. But he's gonna fight a bare knuckle fighting guy in the date that he was supposed to fight Mike. So that way he can, cover for the date.
Why?
To cover the date that they had, because they already had booked the arena, they already had booked everything, and just to cover his asterisks for the date being pulled out, and also for the money that they paid to Netflix so they can stream the damn fight. Because Netflix is still on to stream the fight when he's going to have Mike Tyson in November. The one that's now been postponed to November. So in order to cover all of that, he wants to fulfill the arrangement and fulfill the contract. So he had to get some guy to fight him, and he got this bare knuckle fighter. Can you imagine if this dude smokes him? I don't know him from Adam. I don't know anything about the dude. But can you imagine if he smokes Jake Paul? I mean, he's bare knuckle fighter. That's more tougher, in my opinion. You're not using gloves on that one. That's your bare hands. You're barely using tape to cover the knuckles. Well, so that's kind of cheating, though, right? Because you're taping your hands. That's not bare knuckle. But I mean, it's unprotected knuckles.
Cheating that is.
I mean, it's unprotected knuckles, we can say. But I think bare knuckle sounds better. Anyways. So, yeah. I mean, going back to our Yankees, they've been doing good. I mean, a little iffy in Boston, but still good.
It's all right. I mean, you're not gonna win every game.
Yeah, but I mean, we got back to the Dodgers because that was the game we went to. We got back to the Dodgers, but on Sunday, and then immediately they left the city. Oh, Juan Soto was available all of a sudden. He can play. I was like, boy, we were there. I mean, it's not his fault though. He was on uniform on Friday. You saw the highlights after you got home. He was on uniform.
Yeah, he was in uniform, but the coach was like, "Nah, we're not gonna use him."
Yeah, but he wanted to.
So what were you doing? Juan Soto played 162 games last year.
Well, that's it. Well, the boy was ready. That's all I'm saying. He was ready. And I think he really wants to stay in New York. Now, the thing is, on which New York is he going to stay next year? Because,
Now he won't. In my thought, but see, I'm biased. So
me too.
in in
Because,
my thought, why would it leave a team that can compete for a championship now or every single year to a team that all he can do is pay you?
just get paid doing nothing, just waving to the fans,
Yeah,
basically, with an ownership that pretty much do not care if the team goes anywhere as long as they keep making their quota,
yeah.
basically.
And don't get me wrong, you have an owner that can give you whatever money you want, and he'll pay the taxes on
Oh,
you
yeah.
for it.
That
But
thing we can say about the Mets, that team is loaded.
the owner is loaded.
Yeah, the owner is loaded. He got money
But
up the
at
yin
the end of
yang.
the day, it's like, do you really want to leave us for that?
Yeah, because I mean, you'd be like, I'm getting paid handsomely in a very tricky state about with taxes and whatnot, and the owner's willing to cover that end of the bargain. Yet, for my baseball career, it's gonna be like an asterisk. I'm gonna be basically being Bobby Bonilla, but playing. Basically, there's no other way to describe it. You're gonna be Bobby Bonilla, but playing. You're still in the lineup,
Yeah,
basically. Whereas if you stay in
it's
the
crazy.
Yankees, you're gonna get paid because the Yankees will take care of you. Maybe not like the Mets, but they'll take care of you. They're gonna have to cut some people though. They're gonna have to cut some people. I mean, there's some dead weights
Still,
around. There's still some dead weights around there, but God knows who wants those. you know,
at the end of the day, I still think
like if you want to win, like if the competitive nature in you is in there, then you should pick the Yankees in terms of competitive nature and whatnot. If you want to get handsomely paid, then yeah, go to the Mets. Either way, as a New Yorker, we win. As a Yankee fan, damn. you know.
I still think at the end of the day
You,
he'll
you,
be back.
you're
But
you're betting on the competitive nature in him.
yeah,
You're appealing to his competitive nature. Let's just say appealing to that competitive nature.
I'm just, if we gave up what we gave up for him not to return,
Hmm.
the yeah, it's just that why?
Yeah. Anywho, this past Saturday we had a pay per view for WWE Clash in the Castle. Did not see it. I'm finding myself increasingly avoiding stuff in general, like all the stuff that I used to like. I'm a big nerd in terms of comic books, and the whole hoopla a few months ago was X-Men '97. I barely gotten to a third or fourth episode, and after that, I was like, nah. Because one, I already know what's gonna happen because I already saw the spoilers. I don't care about spoilers. Obviously, we've been through, we've discussed this.
Yeah, you
To,
definitely don't. You definitely don't care.
we've discussed this to infinity. That I don't give a flying hoot about spoilers. Like you can spoil it to the day to the cows come home. I don't care. I
Yeah, you
really don't
definitely don't
care.
care.
I really don't care. But wrestling is a little bit more difficult to predict because although it is a scripted show, it's a live show. So you're basically, it's almost like betting. You know, it's practical. Although it is someone did pen on the paper, but nobody's aware of that. Just a few people. Anyways, so and Clash in the Castle. The only important thing that I want to highlight about it was Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. It was for the World
Okay.
Heavyweight Championship, and our buddy, our pal, CM Punk, came all the way from the States just to screw Drew McIntyre. Like, that's some level of hate. You come from the States to Scotland, take a freaking hours and hours, like fly halfway through the world just to screw somebody, just to screw them. That's a level of dedication to hate. I mean, the only nice thing he said about Drew McIntyre is because his wife is sick, which this will pay off later. The only reason I mention it because this will pay off later. Uh, he did say in the press conference afterwards that he said it, although in character, he said, "I hate him, but I don't wish his wife anything wrong. I hope she gets well." So he was like being in character. Then all of a sudden he stopped. But in all seriousness, I hope his wife is well. Anything that's happening with her, I think it's a cancer scare. I don't know what it is, but they found something on her, and so she has to be like under observation. So the only thing I mentioned that is because last night, as of recording time, Drew in character quit WWE, which is BS because he re-signed a contract like a few months ago, a very healthy contract, mind you. And but immediately he quit, quote unquote. I immediately said, "Oh yeah, he's just gonna go stay at home with his wife while she recuperates." They probably wrote that in so he can be with her. You know?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So he's not gonna be on TV for a while. Plus, also add to the fact that CM Punk is still not clear to wrestle. It's being said that he will be cleared to wrestle after SummerSlam. So this gives a nice clean window for Drew's wife to, whatever she's dealing with, that he has enough time to be with her. And this is the cool thing about WWE. I mean, it sucks that's happening this to her. I hope she's better, and I hope it's not something very egregious. It's not something like a big health scare, but I hope it's something that she can get better soon. But the cool thing, what I'm saying about the WWE these days is that they allow the wrestlers to have their personal time. Like back in the day when our good old Minky Juice was running things, you couldn't even imagine doing something like that. That was unheard of. Like if you're, oh my, God forbid, my kid is dying of cancer. Sucks to you. So I'll see you tomorrow, man. That was the attitude.
But that's the way life has changed, though. Like you can't keep running these athletes because that's what they are. I mean, it's like they're doing, to me, this is me, the stuff they do now is bigger.
Yeah,
what they did back in the day. I mean, you're doing more high flying stuff. You're doing things that you wouldn't think you're gonna do. It's like that's why football is played only 17 games.
Because the body's taking a punishment.
And once a week. Well, you play one game for 17 weeks. Your body can't. Your body was never meant to do what it's doing.
Yeah,
our body's a gift. So having a heart for these guys saying, "I really need to go home and be with my wife because she's sick." It's just the way the world is now, and it's better that way.
Yeah,
have some heart.
No, nobody's disputing this. That's what I'm saying. I'm giving them his props, and I know you're not. No, you're not discussing. You're not going against it. This is exactly what we're saying. That
I'm trying to also give props to them too, because it's like, all right, the industry actually has a heart now.
Yeah, you can tell now that people care. That there's a human element to this thing. That it's not just, oh, we got to produce shows. Like, you remember when the pandemic was running around? It was WWE and then everybody else playing like catch up, doing Zoom videos from home. Yeah. WWE was the only thing that was still like the only reason why they were not on the road is because there were no arenas open. In Florida, well, that's a whole nother world, Florida. Florida was like, we'll open the Tropicana Field for y'all. We'll let you stay there for
Come on,
months.
come on by.
Come on by. And Vinnie Mac like, well, god damn it, let's go.
We're going.
We're going in there,
We're
damn
gonna
it.
go there.
We're gonna be there. So he just power strutted over there. And everybody's like, should we be home? Shut up! And work the damn match as I told you.
But that's why you see a lot of our greats can barely walk now
Yeah,
because
I
they
mean,
didn't let their body.
yeah,
Look at Taker.
yeah. I mean, he said it. The Chris Van Fleet's podcast came out recently. He interviewed Undertaker,
Yeah.
and he said,
He said
"Yeah,
he's
I ain't
never
coming
coming
back. I ain't coming back. Like I can do one-offs, appearances, and whatnot, but wrestling, no, no, thank you. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
dude,
can't.
you're in your 60s.
Austin left with two knee braces on. I mean, the guy could barely move now.
No, he's
The Rock
kind of his
got
good
out.
graces, and The Rock is also doing it the smart thing. The smart Rock got out of it young, cause he was in. I think he was in
Yeah,
his
he
mid.
was smart.
He was in his early 30s when he was like deuces.
Yeah, he was smart.
Yeah, because like that's the reason why he can
He
still
seen
do.
what was happening.
He was like this is the reason why he's in his 50s and he can still go to a point because he's only wrestling what once every blue moon. Now he's wrestling like before WrestleMania when he main evented with Roman and Cody and Seth. When was his last match? 11 years before that. That's a nice pause. That's a nice pause to have. And remember, he was in his 40s when he did that. Now he's in his 50s.
That's like the Roman Reigns title defense. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, rub it in, why don't you? Don't care. People are still screaming for him now. People want him back. People miss him.
What?
Yeah, people miss him. People are missing. Like every SmackDown, you can just hear the crowd saying, "We want Roman." So he's gonna come back like a babyface now. He's gonna come back like a babyface, and I think that's the plan. I think, look, for everything that the fans were giving crap about Rock coming back and probably screwing Cody out of his title shot, which didn't end up happening. Cody's the champ now. This was the perfect stroke of genius. Like Rock turning heel, Roman losing the title. Now Roman comes back. He comes back as a babyface. And then that sets up the ultimate, because guess what? Rock versus Roman, Rock being the good guy and Roman being the bad guy. I mean, yeah, it could have worked, but now we're going to have this intriguing thing that Roman is going to be the good guy and then Rock is going to be the bad guy. And the balance also, there's like who is running what, you know? So it creates a good storyline. It creates a good, interesting take. Because everybody thought that we were gonna go through the right, and then I like those left turns out of nowhere. I like them because it keeps things fresh. The worst thing in the world is to have a predictable program like Raw was for the last I don't know how many years. It was like rinse and repeat, copy paste crap. Like I didn't even see the shows. So I was like, I know what happened. This. They're like, how do you know? I was like, dude, these people are on cruise control. It's just repeat. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. The same old crap. But I like the few curveballs that they throw. Now, and Triple H has been doing a stand-up job, and the money shows because WWE has been making money hand over fist. This has been one of the most profitable years in WWE history. And remember, now this company is owned now by TKO, who also owns the UFC. And like, these people are on top of the world right now, man. Like, there is nobody in terms of wrestling wise that can hold a candle to them. And also, add to the fact that WWE is opening the door for other promotions to work with them. Like, for example, they have an open agreement now with TNA, who used to be Impact Wrestling. And a bunch of wrestlers that were in that were in WWE are in Impact now, or TNA. Like, for example, the Hardy Boys are now in TNA. Former Dolph Ziggler is in TNA, who is now wrestling by his actual name, Nick Nemeth. These people could come back to WWE and do one-offs. This like the world has become like a 180. Like everything that the wrestling fans wanted in 2019, that wrestling to become, and they put all their chips
Yeah.
and their money on AEW. Now, the world did a 180, and now things have flipped. And now we look at AEW like what we looked at WCW back in 2001. And for those of you who do not get that reference, that is bad. That is horrible. If you don't know, that's the year WCW went under. The only difference between AEW and WCW is that AEW still got money because the Tony Khan and his family are gonna keep throwing dollar bills at that thing until the wheels go off. And apparently the well has not run dry, so they'll keep doing the show at empty arenas.
That,
Oh,
that well is
nationwide.
never gonna. That well is never gonna dry out.
Nah, I mean they own. I don't know how many damn teams do they own. I mean, just in the NFL, they own the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? And then they own a soccer league in Europe, or a soccer team, man, not a league, a team. Still, those teams are worth billions and billions and billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. So these people are managing money that some third world countries have never seen. So I think that they can handle a little wrestling promotion going national. I think they can handle that, and I think that the fact that they're wrestling on empty arenas because they are, they don't care. I was like, well, this is like Tony Khan's little pet project, and it started out hot because people were so desperate for something different back then in 2019 because WWE was boring as hell. It was so damn boring. And then all of a sudden AEW comes out and you start seeing like these crazy spots that you only got to see on independent wrestling, which I've made you very familiar with, sending you all those videos of, of the craziest things people do on independent shows. You're like, what? How are they still? How are they still able to walk outside the street? How are they not being charged with manslaughter? Or woman slaughter.
But how are they walking at all?
Yeah. I guess they have no neck.
That's just,
Or backs. Or spines.
bro.
Or I don't know.
They don't have anything. They're like
They're made of rubber. They're made of rubber.
pretty much.
So, yeah. I mean, I know I went to a tangent. A long one. But it's just that it's refreshing to see the current state of wrestling now, that it's in a better place. I wish AEW would get their head out of their keisters and actually aim for a better direction. But to each his own. They're still alive. People are getting paid. That's the important thing. Wrestlers are getting paid. People have options. Wrestling is in a good state right now. And as a fan of the product that I've been, man, since I was 5. I've been a wrestling fan since I was 5. So as a kid, a then kid, now a grown old man with a beard whiter than Santa Claus, I am very happy of the state of wrestling where it is at this time. So we're out of the wrestling tangent now. We apparently Willie, Big Willie style, Mr. I slapped an Oscar, a rock in the Oscars, and I live to tell about it. Had a good weekend with Bad Boys movie. I mean, I know it's been 2 weeks.
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it kept me engaged.
And spoilers for those who haven't seen it. I guess Reggie stepped up.
Oh, Reggie went Wick.
Oh my lord! He went John Wick on that movie. Did somebody kill this doggy?
No.
But I remember I did send you. I sent you the ending, the ending of the movie. Which spoilers? We're not.
No,
We're not gonna go there in the spoiler department because the movie's
no, but
still
Martin says protect the family. Exactly what he did.
okay. Oh, good up for Reggie. I mean, a lot of stepping up since back in the day. Being when
My God, he looked like a freaky, looked like a twig.
the poor dude, he looked like a deer in the headlights in that when he went on Bad Boys 2.
What's your name? Reggie.
Yeah, I know how them
What
dudes say his
you
name.
want, Reggie?
We can't go through that whole tirade. We go Christian boy.
Right,
We can't.
right.
We can't
Come
say
on,
all
this
that.
boy.
We can't say all that. I just like that.
You know what
They
you
finally
mean?
gave Reggie his props. They finally gave Reggie his props. So good on
Mm-hmm.
Reggie. Good on Reggie. Good on my boy Reggie. Finally, reaching the summit. So right now, the only thing that I'm looking forward to in movie wise is Wolverine and
Deadpool.
Deadpool. Deadpool and Wolverine. Wolverine and Deadpool, whatever combination you want to use on that. Either way, it's Deadpool with Wolverine. So that's gonna be cool. I'm dying to
Yeah,
see
it
that
was.
one.
I saw the coming attractions to it at the movie theater. It was pretty good.
I noticed that. I mean, if you've seen the trailers, it's not a mistake. But if you freeze frame it in one of the trailers, you
Mm-hmm.
can kind of tell that there's a blade in that movie, or not the Wesley Snipes blade, obviously, but the one that they did. I think it was in the CW or was it on Spike TV back in the day. There was a
I don't
series,
know.
a short-lived series for Blade. It was another actor that he had his head shaved, playing as Blade. So I think they got that actor to replay to do that version of Blade again. Because you have to remember, this movie I think is gonna make a lot of fun of all the other versions
I was
of.
on Spike.
It was on Spike TV. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it only lasted 13 episodes.
yeah, one season basically. So
So Sticky Fingers,
hmm
Kirk Johnson played Blade.
yeah, so I think he's
He
in the
was,
trailer.
yeah, he was known as the member of multi-platinum record rap group called Onyx.
Okay. So anyways, I'm just throwing that out there. So apparently they're gonna make fun of every version of the non Marvel Studios appearances of Marvel characters.
Well,
So
they had to do something. It was them two coming together. And Deadpool is just
yeah, I mean,
crazy.
since they opened the door with the multiverse thing, ever since they did that with Spider-Man No Way Home,
Hmm.
after they did that, it was like, well, sky's the limit now because now you acknowledge that the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield movies are canon. So once you establish that, so you start thinking like, wait a minute, so like every Marvel character that's been in movies before is canon now because of the multiverse thing. So you start thinking, but way back, like, okay, what Marvel characters were their movies before, or TV series is from for? So I think that's going to be an opportunity to make a lot of fun or a lot of jokes at their expense. So they're just gonna they're just gonna go ham deep into that thing, and you can just expect the laughs and whatnot. I mean, they're already saying that the version of Wolverine that Hugh Jackman is gonna play is not exactly the Wolverine that we remember for all the X-Men movies, but it's like a duplicate or a time duplicate. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the well, we're gonna see the movie and we'll find out. But
Well, you're here.
let's not jump the gun. Let's not jump the gun just yet. But still,
Yeah, we can't. We gotta make sure you're here for it.
well, it seems that I'm gonna be here because
Well, I don't want to put any bad juju in the air. Okay.
hmm
So if
it,
you're here, we'll go. If
yeah.
not, I'll wait for you to come back. How about that?
Okay. Yeah. Or if I am in DR by then, I might just see it over there with my daughter because she loves Deadpool.
Okay, so just leave me here. I'll go. I'll
Hey,
go.
hey.
I'll go watch it by
No.
myself.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there because right now we're talking just hypotheticals. We're just doing hypotheticals. There's nothing concrete, you know. We haven't said anything yet, but you would have to oblige me that if I'm over there by the time the movies come out,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
have
gonna
to go
tell you
out with
not to
my
watch it.
daughter. I'm gonna have to go
I'm
out with
not
my daughter.
gonna. Believe me, I ain't keep. I'm telling you not to. You go watch it.
Yeah, and not to forget also, but also my wife, because although I don't think she's that big of a Deadpool fan, but still she was like, "What about me?" And so I'm like, "Yeah, you can bring your behind over here."
Yeah, you can join us. I mean,
Yeah,
if you want,
yeah, you just keep your mouth shut because we don't want to be explaining things to you in the middle of the movie. But why is he
just
doing that?
sit there and
Right?
eat
Yeah,
your popcorn.
Jimmy, like write down all those questions and ask them later after the movie's done. She was like, but did I stutter? That's always my favorite. Did I stutter? Like you have to be a mean. No, not like that. No, no
No,
whacking.
she.
Oh, her on
That's her to
me.
you.
Well,
Who you talking to like that, huh?
I won't be talking more about that because then they go into Kiki territory. Anyway. Anyway.
Did you see the podcast with Mark Henry with that guy? What was it? Chris? Was his name Chris? The guy
Uh,
that you just said
Chris
that
Van Vliet.
Undertaker just had a
Chris
podcast
Van
with?
Vliet. Hmm.
Yeah, did you see the podcast that he had with Mark Henry?
I've seen parts of it.
That looked like a good one. I didn't see all of it. I seen parts of it on his Instagram, but
Hmm.
that dude, the weight he was lifting,
Yeah,
my goodness.
yeah.
I know he's the world's strongest man,
It's
but
not a gimmick.
when you look at the numbers,
It is not a
my
gimmick.
God.
It is not a gimmick. That like
And
that
then
title,
after
World Strong.
that role he did with Rey Mysterio in the ring, oh my gosh.
That's what I do. That's why I love that catchphrase. You see that? That's what I do. I love that catchphrase. I love it.
Then he was saying Yokozuna was a great basketball player.
But you know what? I believe you. I believe it.
No, he said they used to go down and play hoops
Yeah.
wherever they were. And they found the basketball court and they used to go play hoops.
Because the dude was deceivably fast. He was deceivably fast. I mean, he was large. Like he put us. He looked like he make us look like we just recovering from. Like we dropped like 80,000
Like
pounds.
he went on a diet.
Yeah, like we're the after compared to him. We're the after because that boy was chunky, chunky. That boy was big. That was a big boy.
yeah, yeah, a little meat, you know.
Oh yeah. Like he jumped from a two-story building. He would just bounce back. Right? Sorry,
Oh my god.
sorry. I apologize to all the family members, which is the Anoi family, which is the bloodline, which is the last people that you want to mess with. Like no, thank you. I don't want that smoke. Not asking for that smoke, so I apologize. I'm sorry,
Oh, now
sorry.
you don't want it,
No,
huh?
I don't want that smoke. I don't want that smoke. Also Samoan boy. Because if you open that Samoan or Tongan door, then you're going to have to mess with Haku. Or Ming, as he was called back in WCW. And that is the last man on earth that you want to F with. that's the wrestling version of John Wick right there. just to put it in layman's terms. That's the wrestling world version of John Wick. This man will go ham, scorch earth with anybody. With anybody. Like, the stories on this man. Like, have you heard the stories of Ming? Have
So,
Like, he gouged the dude's eyes out.
It was just for fun.
Yeah, just for giggles.
Just another Tuesday.
Yeah, it was the day that Meng raked your eyes out was the greatest day of your life for me. It was Tuesday. I was yawning when I did that. that was a stretch. Like, oh God, what's going on here? Why are you bleeding? Why are you bleeding? What's wrong? You're missing a limb. What's wrong? Oh, did I beat you with your own arm? I didn't. How did I touch that arm without even having a sawing instrument? Well, I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened here. Anyway, anyway, it's like that level of violence, and everybody swears also nicest man on earth.
Sure.
Yes, Bruce Banner, Incredible Hulk syndrome going on for him. Most docile man in the world, also can eat you alive in 2 seconds flat. Woo, Jesus, you don't mess with me.
Oh my goodness.
You do not mess with me. Like all the stories that there has to be real with every single wrestler, whether they like each other or not. Every single wrestler they ask, who's the scariest wrestler of all time? Bang, all of them, all of them. Hogan, Ric Flair, Bret Hart. People that hate each other, you ask them that question, all of them say Meng, no question. That's it, top of the list. Meng. It's Meng. That's it. Don't even ask no more questions. That's it. It's over. It's done. It's him. Just him. So nice. Such a nice reputation. But hey, that's a good reputation to have also when things go south. Like if things are about to go south, then you just ask, by the way, what's your name? Oh, my name is Meng. As in the wrestler Haku that was wrestling back in the, yeah. My apologies, sir. My apologies, sir. I will kindly return any items that I have taken from you. With my most sincere apologies, I will kick my own behind on the way out. I will throw myself from the balcony, and I apologize once again. On the name of all my peoples, I apologize, sir. Have a good day. I will not transgress in this matter again, sir. I apologize. Good day, sir.
My bad.
Ming and wife were like, what happened? I go, some stupid idiot. Thought they can mess with they thought they wanted this smoke. I mean, if I thought that Jake Paul fighting Mike Tyson was suicide, fighting against Ming is pretty much just trying to annihilate all your DNA. It's like canceling out the DNA in your system. That's practically every fiber in your being has to scream, no! No, don't do that! Don't do that! This man will liquefy you. He will not beat you. He will liquefy you.
Thanos snap.
No! You're not even worthy of being turned to dust. Not even worthy. He will liquefy you. You will turn you into mush. You will turn into liquid in 1.3 seconds. You do not mess with this man. You do not mess with this man. This is the most. Have you ever heard? Have you seen that movie Gran Torino? And Clint Eastwood. He says one line. I'm gonna have to edit it because he does says a bad word here. Say, here cross ever in your life you ever crossed with somebody you know you shouldn't f with? That's me. So that's pretty much sums me in a nutshell. Yeah, you don't mess with me. You don't mess with that man. Oh, the stories I heard of that man. I was like, yeah. It's like, again.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, no, all the stories is like the introduction and how they introduce how the Russian mobster introduces John Wick to his son. Basically, verbatim. You remember that scene? Like, the way he was talking about John Wick was I remember the first time I saw that movie, and he started talking about what John Wick used to be and what he did. I was like, oh snap! I just thought they just beat this weakling to half to death. I did not know he was just like, okay, let me just test the waters. Let me see until this point what these people are trying to mess with. Like, he didn't care that he messed him up because the dude was grieving his wife. But when he found out that they sliced that puppy in half, oh Lord Jesus.
And that's the moment you knew.
You done effed up big time. Even the Lord in heaven would have been like, ooh, no. You done poop out of the box. You done pooped out of the box. That's it. Ooh, you got it now. Like, I'll clean my hands out of this one. I'm staying straight away from this. Oh, oh, child, you don't know. You don't know. That's why the dad was like, why you unleash hell on us, boy? Why did you unleash hell on us? Why? Why did you do this to us? Like, haven't I been feeding you well? That's why he punched him. That's why he beat him. I was like, boy, like this is love taps compared to what he gonna do to you. And and you know what? I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
Took him 4 more of mowing people left and right, just turning them into dust. You imagine if Thanos would have done that to his dog? Oh Lord, that movie would have been done. That movie would have been done a long time ago. John Wick, ooh. I saw a meme somebody sent in WhatsApp saying, like, you have these guys, if you were being held hostage, which of these characters would you want them to go out and save you? It had a bunch of characters, but in between them, like, number 7 was John Wick, and one guy just gave a voice message saying, like, why are the other guys there? It's like, why are there options? Why? Like, it's John Wick. It's like John Wick, and that's it. Just kill a dog and say the dude did it. And that's it. You're safe. You're safe. That's it. Do you have anything else for us?
No.
Also,
The biggest thing I did was see Bad Boys, and that was about it.
Okay, so let's wrap this bad boy up then.
Bad Boys for life.
Yeah. Let's wrap this bad boy up. So, thank you for listening and for being there with us. I mean, we're going to try to do another one and another one and another one to keep the momentum going. Find ourselves in. So, thank you for listening. And remember, TeePublic, always like the 20-30% off.
They have a sale right now. That's why I was looking at the shirts before we start.
Okay, so you can go back there, go to our website, Husky Bible Media, I think it is, .com. Yeah. Wow, I know, you forgot.
HuskyBiblePod.com.
Oh, HuskyBiblePod.com. Yes, that's correct. Thank you for correcting me. Also, social media at that Husky Bible Media. And our social media, that Ariel Duran and Johnny Boy 426, which is on Instagram and no Facebook. No Facebook. That's like saying no Diddy now, right? I went there. I went there. Oh, God. So, yeah, no Facebook. Anyway. This has been 141 of the Husky Bible Podcast. It's Ariel and
Jonathan.
Okay, saying goodbye. Take care. And hopefully we'll be here next week. If not, hold your breath.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good week.
Take care.